All right, so as we look at our key features of functions, we're going to look at our activity, and we're going to look at problems number 1 and number 2. So in reading our problem, for each graph, we have to determine if the relationship is a function. Now, briefly to talk about how you see a function in a graph, every input, or x value, can only have one output. So on a graph, to test for a function, we look at what's called the vertical line test. And the vertical line test says if I draw a vertical line through any x value of the function, it's only going to touch the graph once. So I can see here, this graph, wherever I draw a vertical line, is going to be a function. This graph, however, which is a parabola that's been rotated sideways, for every input here, there's two outputs. So this is not a function because the graph does not pass the vertical line test. So now what we're going to do is look at some of our key features. So we're going to start with our intercepts. So I'm going to look at, well, what's our x-intercept and what is our y-intercept? So our x-intercept here looks to be at about 4, 0. So 4 for x, 0 for y. You could also say x equals 4, but I want you to stick with using an ordered pair. And then our y-intercept right here, a little bit above 3. So I'm going to say, well, 0 for x and about 3.2. So now we're going to look for intervals of increasing. So I'm just going to put increase. And I notice that the function is increasing when x is between -3 and 1. And then remember, the function can be at -3 and it can be at 1. So I use brackets around there. And then also, where is the function decreasing? So the function decreases from 1 to about 4. And now we have to look for maximums and minimums. So I'm just going to put max for a maximum. I notice the maximum point is at x equals 1 and y equals 4. So I'm going to put 1, 4. And then our minimum point is right here when x is 4 and y is 0. And then we have to list our domains, ranges, and end behaviors. So our domain, x goes from -3 to 4. And then our range goes from 0 to about 4.